I laugh because I must not cry, that is all, that is all. Tact, the ability to describe others as they see themselves. Give me 6 hours to chop down a tree and I will spend the first 4 sharpening the axe. Elections belong to the people. It's their decision. If they decide to turn their back on the fire and burn their behinds, then they will just have to sit on their blisters. I will prepare and someday my chance will come. No man has a good enough memory to be a successful liar. The best thing about the future is that it comes one day at a time. My father taught me to work, but not to love it. I never did like to work, and I don't deny it. I'd rather read, tell stories, crack jokes, talk, laugh, anything but work. I have always found that mercy bears richer fruits than strict justice. All I have learned, I learned from books. Things may come to those who wait, but only the things left by those who hustle. I care not for a man's religion whose dog and cat are not the better for it. You cannot escape the responsibility of tomorrow by evading it today. Every man's happiness is his own responsibility. I am in favor of animal rights as well as human rights. That is the way of a whole human being. I do not think much of a man who is not wiser today than he was yesterday. It's not me who can't keep a secret. It's the people I tell that can't. The Lord prefers common-looking people. That is why He made so many of them. It has been my experience that folks who have no vices have very few virtues. Let us have faith that right makes might, and in that faith let us, to the end, dare to do our duty as we understand it. In times like the present, men should utter nothing for which they would not willingly be responsible through time and eternity. That some achieve great success, is proof to all that others can achieve it as well. Force is all-conquering, but its victories are short-lived. You cannot lift the wage earner up by pulling the wage payer down. If friendship is your weakest point, then you are the strongest person in the world. You can't make a weak man strong by making a strong man weak. I believe the Bible is the best gift God has ever given to man. All the good from the Savior of the world is communicated to us through this book. A woman is the only thing I am afraid of that I know will not hurt me. A tendency to melancholy, let it be observed, is a misfortune, not a fault. You cannot have the right to do what is wrong. Life is hard but so very beautiful. The philosophy of the schoolroom in one generation is the philosophy of government in the next. I know there is a God, and that He hates injustice and slavery. I see the storm coming, and I know that His hand is in it. If He has a place and work for me, and I think He has, I believe I am ready. Don't worry when you are not recognized, but strive to be worthy of recognition. Nothing will divert me from my purpose. It often requires more courage to dare to do right than to fear to do wrong. No man is good enough to govern another man without that other's consent. Labor is prior to, and independent of, capital. Capital is only the fruit of labor, and could never have existed if labor had not first existed. Labor is the superior of capital, and deserves much the higher consideration. You have to do your own growing no matter how tall your grandfather was. You cannot help people permanently by doing for them what they could and should do for themselves. You can tell the greatness of a man by what makes him angry. If this is coffee, please bring me some tea, but if this is tea, please bring me some coffee. It is difficult to make a man miserable while he feels worthy of himself and claims kindred to the great God who made him. I am not concerned that you have fallen, I am concerned that you arise. The better part of one's life consists of his friendships. To ease another's heartache is to forget one's own. The probability that we may fail in the struggle ought not to deter us from the support of a cause we believe to be just. I don't know who my grandfather was, I am much more concerned to know what his grandson will be. Achievement has no color. When I get ready to talk to people, I spend 2/3 of the time thinking what they want to hear and 1/3 thinking about what I want to say. 7 years ago our fathers brought forth on this continent, a new nation, conceived in liberty, and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Be with a leader when he is right, stay with him when he is still right, but leave him when he is wrong. I do the very best I know how, the very best I can, and I mean to keep on doing so until the end. No matter how much the cats fight, there always seem to be plenty of kittens. The Bible is not my book nor Christianity my profession. I could never give assent to the long, complicated statements of Christian dogma. We should be too big to take offense and too noble to give it. I have come to the conclusion never again to think of marrying, and for this reason, I can never be satisfied with anyone who would be blockhead enough to have. When I do good, I feel good. When I do bad, I feel bad. That's my religion. I would rather be a little nobody, than to be a evil somebody. Character is like a tree and reputation its shadow. The shadow is what we think it is and the tree is the real thing. If I were two-faced, would I be wearing this one? You can fool some of the people all of the time, and all of the people some of the time, but you cannot fool all of the people all of the time. Be sure you put your feet in the right place, then stand firm. I am a slow walker, but I never walk back. Those who deny freedom to others, deserve it not for themselves. Whenever I hear anyone arguing for slavery, I feel a strong impulse to see it tried on him personally. I'm a success today because I had a friend who believed in me and I didn't have the heart to let him down. My concern is not whether God is on our side, my greatest concern is to be on God's side, for God is always right. Books serve to show a man that those original thoughts of his aren't very new after all. There are no bad pictures, that's just how your face looks sometimes. Folks are usually about as happy as they make their minds up to be. Do I not destroy my enemies when I make them my friends? Always bear in mind that your own resolution to succeed is more important than any one thing. Whatever you are, be a good one. America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we falter and lose our freedoms, it will be because we destroyed ourselves. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel, share this video with your best friends and press the bell icon below to know more about our upcoming uploads of this kind.